Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I will be showing you all of the fastest money methods that you should be doing this entire week in GTA 5 Online to be making yourself millions upon millions of dollars as a solo player. That's right, and in total, I will be covering 5 different money methods all in this one video. That being said, if you go on to enjoy, please don't forget to go down below and drop a like on it for me. But now let's get into the very first money method. Alright, for the first one, we're going to be doing the vehicle cargo sell missions inside of the CEO office, since this week they're actually paying double money plus double RP, which this is very overpowered. So to start running this business and make all of this money, all you want to do is enter inside your CEO office and then sit down at the desk. Once sat down and signed in, you want to click here in the middle where it says vehicle cargo. Once here, the first thing you need to do if you haven't purchased one already is of course purchase a vehicle warehouse, because once you own one, you'll then see the option here where it says source vehicle, which this is the only thing we are going to ever be doing to fill up the vehicle cargo warehouse. So once you are ready, select where it says source vehicle, and then once you click on where it says confirm, you'll then be given a random vehicle to go steal. The value of this vehicle can be different each time. It could either be a standard range, a mid range, or a top range, and of course the highest valued car is going to be those top range ones, which in this case I got a top range vehicle because those are the only vehicles I ever get with my vehicle cargo warehouse, because in my vehicle cargo warehouse guide I showed you how to actually do that trick. Which, if you would like to see my full guide on this vehicle cargo warehouse business, I would recommend clicking the video that you see on the top right corner of your screen right now. Anyway, once you store that vehicle that we need to be sourcing, all you then need to do is deliver it back over to your vehicle warehouse, but on the way over there, make sure you are careful, because if you wreck the car or crash it, you will have to pay those damages. But once you did arrive back over at the business with the car, all you'll then need to do is simply deliver inside, and just like that, you are now done doing the first source vehicle mission. That's all we are basically doing inside this business. But as you'll see, once you enter inside the actual warehouse, there is a whole bunch of room for more cars, so what I would recommend doing is sourcing a whole bunch of vehicles until you have a few top range. Then once you do have a few top range cars to sell, you can then enter inside the office inside your warehouse, then sign into the laptop. Once signed into the laptop, go over here to where it says filter by range and set it to only top range. That way you only see the top range vehicles that you sourced. As you can see, I currently have 8, so I have a whole bunch to choose from, but all you'll need to do is select any one of these top range vehicles to go ahead and export it. Then choose the third option where it says specialist dealer, because this will get us paid the most amount of money. After that, you'll then need to customize the vehicle as you want to. And once you finish customizing the vehicle, we then have to deliver over to the buyer, which in this case, my buyer is only 2 miles away, which is not terribly far, but sometimes you'll get a destination that's around 4 or 5 miles, which of course that is a little bit farther. And something to definitely keep in mind is if you are doing the sell mission in a invite only session, then there will be some enemies or NPCs attacking you the entire way over there. But trust me, it's nothing really too hectic. And if you are somebody who doesn't want any NPCs chasing you the entire way over to your buyer, then all you'll have to do is sell this in a public session, because all you'll then have to do is worry about those public session players attacking you and no NPCs. And you could also get a $50,000 max bonus on top of the sell mission if you do it in a public session. But anyway, whichever way you chose, once you sold the vehicle, here's how much money you'll get paid. As it said, that $200,000. Of course, like I said, I was doing that in an invite only session, so I did have some NPCs shoot me a couple times, so that's why I lost around almost $5,000 to $6,000. Nothing too crazy though. That's why I said it's also worth it by doing it in an invite only session. That way you don't have to worry about any public session players messing with you. Getting into the second money method, I will now be showing you how to make $101,000 in only 1 minute. That's right, really easy money. If you want to do this, first open up the pause menu, then come over to this exact location at the casino where this week's regular time trial is located at. Once over here, call out your fastest motorcycle that you own to then drive it on top of the time trial, and then from here click right D-pad. Then you'll just want to open up the pause menu, go up here to where the checkpoint is at, and simply mark it. Once you've marked it, drop the pause menu, open up the phone, click here where it says job list to then exit out of the time trial just like so. From here, whenever you are ready, simply click right D-pad to start the time trial, and all you'll want to do is cut across this part of the freeway, of course being very careful not to crash into any of the oncoming traffic. Once on the other side, it's literally as simple as you following the waypoint the entire way through, of course, trying your best to not crash the whole way over there, and as long as you made it over there in time, while of course not crashing, here's how much money you'll get paid once you beat it in time. As I said, $101,000 in just under 1 minute of beating a very simple time trial, so make sure you do it by this week. Alright, but now getting into the third money method, we are going to be doing the Ron contact missions, which this current week are paying out 4 times money and 4 times RP. To start these, open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, click jobs, play jobs, Rockstar created, and then missions. Then you want to look for the Ron contact missions. In this case, I started the wet workers mission, but as I said, you could start whichever one of those Ron contact missions you want to. In this case, for my mission, I had to go over to a boat to then steal it, which once I stole it, I had to drive it over to a meth lab. It was literally that simple. Of course, I had to take out some people to get to the boat, but once I did deliver the boat over to the meth lab, I then once again had to get off the boat and take out some more lost MC members. Which after I took out all of those lost MC members, I was then completely done doing this entire mission, which take a look, here is how much money and RP I got paid. Also, I got paid this big amounts of money and RP because I did the special trick that you can do during any mission in GTA 5 Online, which is simply by being in it for over 15 minutes. That's right, because for any contact mission in GTA 5 Online, as long as you were in the mission for 1 second over 15 minutes, you'll get paid the max amount of money, which is of course what you want during every mission. That's why right here, take a look, once I ended up finishing the mission, here is how much money I got paid. Of course, it says mission passed. I completed it completely solo and got paid a total of $85,000, which is very good. But also very good is this RP, which is a total of 13,000 RP on top. So if you are a brand new player to GTA 5 Online, this money method is a great one for you to be doing to earn lots of money and also RP. Alright, but now getting into the fourth money method, I will now be showing you how to make $253,000 in only 3 minutes. That's right, and this is very simple, so if you want to do this, first open up the pause menu, then come over to this exact location in North Chumash where this week's HSW time trial is located at. Once over here, you want to make sure that you bring your fastest HSW vehicle that you own to then drive it on top of the time trial and then click right D-pad. From there, stay still, but then open up the pause menu and then come down here to where the checkpoint is at to simply mark it. Once you've marked it, drop the pause menu, open up the phone, click here where it says job list to then exit out the time trial just like so. From here, whenever you are ready, of course, click right D-pad to start the HSW time trial, then go down this road, but do not take a left where it tells you, actually take a right and start going up this part of the hill. Once up that hill and on the freeway, you'll then be given a whole new waypoint to start following, which is of course what you want to do. Just make sure on the entire way over there, which that route over there is really simple to follow, that you are dodging traffic and of course are going as fast as you possibly can. Anyway though, once you make it over to the final destination and you end up beating the time trial in time, here is how much money you'll get paid. As I said, that $253,000 in just over 3 minutes of beating a very easy time trial. Just of course make sure you do it by this week. Alright, and now finally for the fifth and final money method. This one is very short. I just wanted to present it to you guys, that way you don't miss out on it, because this week's weekly challenge is very simple. If you want to see it, open up the interaction menu, go down to where it says challenges and weekly challenge, and you'll see it is to simply win 3 races, which you could simply do with only one other person in the race with you. And once you complete those 3 races, you'll then be given $100,000 after completing that weekly challenge. And yeah, like I said, that was going to be the very last money method of today's video. You officially know all of the fastest money methods you should be doing this entire week in GTA 5 Online to be making yourself millions upon millions of dollars completely solo. Like I also said at the beginning, if you went on to enjoy my video and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on it before you click off. And of course, if you aren't, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. And with all that being said, until next time, I will see you all in my very next video. Peace.